I run an SEO agency, and my main job is to get businesses more leads through better marketing and SEO. Today, I'm showing you exactly how I'm doing this for local businesses. My plan today for you is after leaving this video, you'll know exactly how to do this for yours. I broke it down to super easy step-by-steps on how to get more leads for your local business. Let's get into it. So essentially, the way I get more leads for local businesses is them ranking for keywords in their area that their next customer is searching for. Let's say I'm a homeowner and my kitchen sink got clogged, right? What's the first thing that I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look up probably, I'm gonna go in Google and I'm gonna type in here, plumber near me, right? And what I'm going to do, and I'm probably doing this from my phone or my laptop, but essentially the first thing I'm going to do is I see Google guaranteed on here. These plumbers look great. I also see some sponsored, and then these are people that are ranking high. The first thing I'm seeing is My Guy Plumbing and Drain has 4.9 stars and over 1,000 reviews. And look, you can see here, I see their phone number right away. So what do you think that I'm going to do, especially if it's an emergency? I'm going to pick up the phone and call them, right? So that is more calls for your local business when you're able to rank high in the search results. And what this is called is this is the Google Maps pack, and it's really essential to get your business ranking in here because it's more effort on my part if I go to click on more businesses, right? And then maybe yours is ranking down here right now somewhere, you're most likely not going to get the amount of leads that you want because I'm an emergency. I want to see who has the best reviews and makes it the easiest for me to call. And guess what? It's these three right here. Another way to get found is that's called the Google Maps pack, but there's also organic here. There's like sponsored here, but I can also look for interior designer near me. Let's say I need interior design services for my home. I just built a new home. Again, Google Maps pack here. I'll probably call one of these with really good reviews. This one has 5 stars with 44 reviews. But I also, look, you can see here, I can go on Yelp, I can go on Angie's List, and I can be able to find my interior designer that way. So you want to make sure that you're optimizing all your profiles across every single local business. And I can also search for, maybe I just moved to New York City. So I'm looking for an interior designer in New York City. You can see here, right under the Maps pack, there's this section too after sponsored, which usually people do scroll past the sponsorship because I don't know, there's like this thing where you know that they're just paying to get your view. I'm not sure, but a lot of people scroll after the sponsored. And right here, this is where you can rank organically. And if you just optimize your website, you can get in here. And guess what? Okay, I found this interior designer amongst all the other interior designers. I have the contact, and I'll probably leave some sort of review or call in order to get interior design service by her, right? So when you're ranking on Google, it just shows trustworthiness and it makes it easy for your clients to find you right away. So that's how you can get more leads to your local business. So how do you do that? How do you rank there so you can get more leads through Google search? And the first step that a lot of my clients miss is they don't set up their Google Search Console properly. So step one is to get set up on Google Search Console because this is basically telling Google, hey, my website exists. Please start ranking me. So step number one is get set up on Google Search Console. I see a lot of clients not doing this and they're wondering why they're not ranking because essentially when you get set up on Google Search Console, this tells Google, hey, my website exists. I'm serious about getting found on Google. Please rank my website, right? So how you do this is just go to Google Search Console, and then it should be the first one that pops up. So literally just search this, and then the first website you just go on here, and all you're going to want to do is click start now, and then it will bring you, my website's already pulled up here, but it will bring you to a step of instructions that you need to fill out and just go through the prompts and everything. If you have any questions about any of this, because I know it's so confusing, in my description, I'm going to leave my website. Feel free, book a call with me or fill out the form. I'll get in touch with you and I can answer any and all of your questions. But one thing that I will say, once you're set up on here, if you're able to do it properly, the one thing that I will ask you to do, and you really want to make sure, is you want to go to sitemap on your left-hand side. and then put in your sitemap, and you should see once you do this that this status says success. And how do you know what your sitemap is? It's usually one of these two. So if you set it up correctly, your sitemap is usually -sitemap.xml or sitemap underscore index.xml. So mine, as you can see here, is sitemap underscore index.xml, but some sites are sitemap.xml. And the way you know which one it is you'll get an error if you try it out and it's not the right one, or it's going to look something like this depending on how you set it up or your website hosting has set it up for you. So just make sure one of these are popping up for you. So if, for instance, if I put this one under underscore index.xml, you can see here I get this error. So that's how I know that it's sitemap.xml. And then I'll just go ahead and copy this last ending, or copy this last ending for me. And then you just want to go ahead and paste it. If you don't see your site here, then just grab the whole entire thing and then paste it in. You can see here I did it properly, so my site's coming up here and it's saying success. So that's number one, make sure you take care of that. So step 2 is make your Google business profile better. And why you want to do this is because, like I showed you, if you're typing in on Google, maybe like med spa near me, oh, I didn't spell this correctly, med spa near me, right? It's going to pull you up in these top results, and that's how you really get a lot of leads. So how you make your Google business profile in order to show up in here is you want to claim and verify it. So first you need to either start your website or just make sure it's verified. So the way you start your Google business profile is you need to go to this website, so business.google.com. And if you already have one set up, that's fine. Just make sure it's verified. So go to business.google.com and it should take you to a screen like this. And then you just want to click manage now. It's a free profile and you just follow the steps and fill out all the information. So you start putting in your business name and then you just continue through the steps. Once you have it set up, it should look something like this. Let me show you an example. Okay, so you should have something like this, right? So it will show you, okay, cool, here's, mine, Alanna Gurton Marketing. And the very first thing that you want to start doing is adding images. And you want to make sure, again, it will let you know if it's not verified, but you need to add images and just really complete your profile overall. So it will even like prompt you, try to customize your profile. So add photos of your business, describe your business, add business hours if you have any. So you just want to go through the prompts and really make sure that everything's filled out. I'll show you just adding businesses to your profile. What I would recommend, I'm going to do an example here. So I have my brand assets, I have my logo, and then for Google business profile, I like to keep everything neat and organized. For best SEO practices, you always want to make sure that you're naming your files properly and having it all organized. So for instance, one of the photos I'm going to put in here is a photo of myself, a professional photo of myself, and I'm going to name it Alanna Gurton, owner and founder, right? So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'll go back, I'm going to add, you can just either drag and drop, you can, I can download it off Google, and then I have it in my downloads file, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go here, and I can just drag and drop it from there, and that adds a photo. So the type of photos you want to add is photos of yourself as the owner or the founder, because this just shows that you're a real person, there's a real business. And if you're just starting out, like imagine they see you on Google business profile, you're the owner founder, and then you show up at their house to deliver some sort of service. Maybe it's plumbing service, maybe it's like blind service, right? You show up at their house, they're like, wow, oh my God, this is amazing. You also want to be posting photos of your team. Like once you have a big team, you want to get photos of everyone with the HVAC trucks, with your logo, action photos of them working, installing something. So anything of that are really great to post. Before and after photos, right, are awesome. Photos with the clients as well. So photos of your customers and clients, they look happy, they look smiling. It's just going to help in general. So make sure you're really posting on here. So if I go next, you want to add some sort of business description. Just try to be as specific as possible. I serve these areas. This is my mission of my company. This is what I hope to do. This is how many years I've been in the service. So try to be as descriptive as possible. And then you keep following these prompts, right? Add business hours. I'm just skipping through to show you. You can start, again, I'll talk about advertising later on the line, but that's it. So then when you're over here, you can always edit your profile more if you're like, I need to come back to this later. So you can add more details here. So make sure that your content information is the same, your business category makes sense, description, your opening date, right? That just it says how many years in service you've been, your location. So this is really important. So you want to add every single one of the locations that you serve. If you're global, maybe it's just the United States, but if it's you serve a particular city and state, add all of them in. And I would even do a Google search of your area. So if I'm doing Austin, Texas, and of course you'll know this area a lot better since you are actually the local business in the area, but just please go ahead and double check that you're covering everything you can serve. And like here, I would put in, Hyde Park I serve, Cherrywood. I would try to go as far as possible. And again, you know the best, and just make sure everything is covered for your local business. The other thing that you can do is also edit your product. So write what are your services and packages. So make sure you're really doing this. And then services, right? What are your services? You can add more services. What you want to do next is post updates regularly. So most people don't know this, but there's this add updates field, and you want to be adding updates or events or offers or anything like that in Google Business Profile. If not 3 times a week, twice a week, and then if you really just once a week if you're first starting out, that's perfectly fine, but at least weekly. And I'll show you an example here. So I found this med spa in New York City, and they're doing a really great job. As you know, New York City, it's really competitive, but they're doing a great job. And you can see they have a lot of images of the owner, of the team, of their clients smiling, right? So this is a really good example of all the images that you can provide. And if I go back to, you can see here, they have their website, they have all the services, they have all the services they provide. It services New York County area. It has their address. They have a bunch of reviews, so 4.7 stars. And then you can also see here, if I scroll down, a little description of who they are. Again, if I go to services, it's even more written out. Reviews here. And then they're also posting updates. So you can see here, transform your look, achieve this, achieve that. They can definitely do probably a better job with all this, but it's looking pretty good, and at least they're being consistent. This is also a tip that will help you when you have reviews. Make sure that you're responding to them. So this med spa is not doing that, but you want to make sure like this, if they did this, they would really help their profile in general. So as a business owner, you actually want to be interacting with your customers on here and be responding, be like, thanks so much. Or if they have some sort of issue of your service, respond back, be like, oh my God, how can I fix this? I'm so sorry to hear about your experience. So make sure you're really responding with customers on here. The next thing that you're going to want to do is improve your website. So you need to make it mobile friendly. And what I'm going to show you is, this is my website, this is the back end. And again, it's going to be different. I'm using WordPress, but it may be different for whatever website builder you're using. But always for every single website, there's this toggle that you can do. So you can see it on desktop, tablet, or mobile. So as you know, especially as local businesses, most people are coming on your site from their cell phones. So if you click here and see mobile, like I probably have some adjustments that I need to make to my web design for mobile specifically. So you can change this to make it more mobile friendly so your website looks better on people's cell phones. So you want to make sure that you're really optimizing your website design so it looks nice for people's cell phones. And you can do the same thing for your tablet. And you can change the layout, you can delete things for when your next customer is using their tablet or their mobile phone. The next thing is you want to make sure that you speed it up. You don't want slow load times, because guess what? Your next customer just came to your site through Google maybe. They clicked on your site, and it's taking a while for them to load load, they do not have the patience for that. They're going to back out of that and go to a competitor of yours, even if it's below you on Google search results. So make sure that your load speed time is good. If you're not sure what your page speed is, go to this website. It's pagespeed.web.dev. It's a Google product. And all you do is just go and then you put your website in and then you click analyze and then it will start analyzing. I already ran one for actually the med spa, and you can see here that for mobile, you click on mobile, they have an 86, which is not bad. You want to get that up to 90 something. And then for desktop, they have 100% performance. So make sure that you're coming on here, analyzing your website, and then if it does not look great, please take the steps in order to optimize your site better. The next thing after that is you need to do some local keyword research. So essentially what this is your next customer is again searching plumber near me, right? That's a keyword they are searching for. So you should be ranking for that keyword. There's different variations of every single keyword. So maybe they'll search for drain cleaning service near me, drain clogging near me, right? Those are all keywords that your next customer could be searching for, and you better be ranking on Google for all of those keywords if you want your next customer to find you easily, right? Because then you're going to lose out on your customer and that your competitor is going to get that customer from you. So I have a whole entire YouTube video that teaches you how to do local keyword research. So please watch that, and you will learn more about how to do local keyword research for your own business. And then the last thing that I do want to say is you want to make sure that you're having clear calls to action. So if I took a look at this plumbing service near me, you can see here what I mean by clear calls to action. First of all, their phone number is in the top right corner. They're saying they're available 24 hours a day. When I came on the site, what catches my eye the most is the phone number in the top right corner. I always see that doing really well, and it makes me want to pick up the phone and just call them right away. There's also another button, book online, if I don't want to make a phone call. They also have a chat service that pops up right away. How can I help you? That also generates more leads. And then look at this. There's even more, like serving your area, call us, or request service 24/7, book online, right? There's so many ways that I can get in touch with them to make it easier for me. So that's what I mean by really strong, clear calls to action. So step 4 is to create local content. So what do I mean by this? You want to list down all your locations and your services you provide. So for example, your city plus the service. So let's say I do Austin, Texas, and I'm a cleaning service. So the first thing you want to write down is all the cities that you serve. So let's say I'm like in the Austin, Texas area. I know there's Round Rock, Texas. I'm not sure too much about. I'm not too familiar with the Austin area, but you can keep going. Maybe there's a city called, Hale, Texas. I'm not too sure, but just write down all the cities that you serve. I definitely know these two are big. And then write down all the services that you provide. So cleaning service, maybe I'm house cleaning service. Maybe I also do commercial cleaning service. Maybe I also do move out cleaning service. You get the point, but you just want to keep going down this list. And then how you're going to set up your website is, let's take this example here. So you can see they're doing a pretty good job of this. They can definitely be improved, but when I go to menu and I go to services, you have a page for each one of the services they provide. You also have a page for each of the service areas. So you have to make sure, so you can see here's Round Rock, here's Austin, and then all of the other cities in the area. So make sure that you have a service page for each one of these and for each one of your service areas. I would even recommend getting more organized and doing, let's say this is, we're doing the maids as an example. You want to have site.com, and then you actually want to do your city and then cleaning whatever the service you provide, right? The service area. So this equals like Austin house cleaning, and then Austin move out cleaning service, then Austin move-in cleaning service, maybe that's another service. And then you can repeat for every single service area. So let's say you're Austin, then you want to do like everything that I mentioned. And then let's say you also serve Round Rock. So then do everything I mentioned. And those are all pages, individual pages for your website. And you change like the copywriting and stuff. It can stay the same layout. Of course, you don't want to say the same thing over and over again, but you do want to have individual pages for this and have good copywriting for every single one of these. Or if you're a single location business, you can do one of two things. You can either do Austin dash house cleaning or Austin dash move out cleaning. But if you are planning on growing or scaling and not just having one single location the whole time, probably you can just do site.com/house cleaning/move cleaning without any city, or you can just keep it this way. So then when you're ready to scale and serve more areas, then you can just seamlessly add all the other ones. And a pro tip, you can add your service as a product in Google Business and link them directly. So what do I mean by this? When you're in your Google Business profile, there's this edit products. And when you add your products, you can add these services and then link your products to those individual service pages. So if I'm a cleaning service, I'm going to say get started. One of my products is a cleaning service, a home cleaning service. And then I link that to my service page where it's house cleaning service. So that's a great way just to link everything together. And then also you want to be creating blog posts weekly. So you can do this monthly, once a month, but I would recommend weekly, especially if you're first starting out. And examples of this is actually the Maids and More does a good job of this. So if I go to their site and then I look at, their blog here, you can see here they're doing how to maintain neat kids' room during the school, how to clean your kids' room, right? So these are all allowing them to rank for other keywords in the cleaning area, and then it just brings more brand awareness, and it also helps your service pages rank more higher in the search results, because if you have a good internal linking strategy, right, like this post links to your service area post naturally in the actual post itself, then it will just help bring this up more because it shows you're an authority in this space in Google's eyes. You can also rank for local items too, like for instance, why a charitable house cleaning is so important in the Miami, Florida area, right? You can also do that. I would do a mix of both because you don't necessarily need your blog post to be super localized content. So I would do a mix of both because it just helps overall your ranking and ability. And you can see 5 reasons why maid service gift card is a perfect Mother's Day gift. So they sell gift cards, so this is a beautiful call to action for it. Another example that I want to give you as well is there's this roofing one. I think I have them up already here. So this website does a really good job too. You can see that they're roofing. Again, phone number in top right corner saying call now or book online. They also have a chat bot saying chat with me. That's a great way to get more leads too. You can see their services. They have a page for each one of their services, the service areas with each one of the counties, and then they have their blog. So 7 roof repair tools every homeowner needs. What is the purpose of a roof inspection? And you can see that they specifically talk to the customer that they want. They're not saying 7 roof repair tools that every roofer needs. That's not the customer they're trying to bring. They're trying to tell homeowners, hey, if you're interested in roof repair, where are the go-to experts, right? It just helps Google. And then you can also talk about trends, latest home color trends, top roofing and sliding trends, etc. So you can also get really creative about your blog content, but you want to make sure it is SEO optimized for your site. And I will go over that in another YouTube video for you to understand how to build out a blog on your local business website. So step number 5 is use social media. So the first thing that I will say is choose a platform that your next customer actually use. That way they can find you easily. So for instance, if I'm an interior designer, I'm going to use things like Instagram, Pinterest, because obviously I want to showcase my images, my aesthetic. If I'm a plumber in the area, I'm probably going to do things like more Facebook, because a lot of homeowners, people who are older are on Facebook. I'm not going to do something like TikTok, right? Because that doesn't make sense necessarily for plumbers. Of course, when you're big enough, you want to do all social media platforms. So just make sure that you're really going across any social medias, but start with the ones where you know your next customer will be on. Again, any questions, please ask me in the comments on YouTube or go to my site and chat me there. The next thing that I will say is make sure you're making local focused content. So I think this roofing company, they had some socials. Yeah, they do a good job of this. So you can see on their Facebook, are you ready to take they're talking about their job fair. Looks like they're promoting that quite a lot. And look, you can see they're even, okay, yep, they posted a video on their social of a client testimonial. That's so important to do. If we look at I think I already have their Instagram up. Okay, yep, they have a lot of videos of roofers, them teaching with their team. That's so important. So local content, they're hiring, they have roofing solutions, probably like tips on doing this, tips on how to do roofing. You can talk about events in your local area. Again, take pictures, take videos. Videos is really important nowadays. Take videos of your clients and engage with your followers. Don't not answer any comments that you have. So make sure you're answering comments, all DMs, and engage with people. Actually follow them, people in your area who you know are homeowners, who have come on visit your site, right? That's why it's great to look at all your analytics and know who's coming on your site so you can follow them on Instagram and get their social profiles to chat with them and say, hey, are you interested in my services? And just make sure you're really being engaged and making your content very authentic with real clients, real team, real case studies, real team photos, and real photos of you working with your clients. So you really want to make it authentic, show photos of you working with your clients, videos of you working with your clients, pictures with your team. Maybe you guys are holding like some sort of workshop or doing some team training. Your customers want to see that, even though you think not, they do want to see that. And then you want to also post anytime you run local promotions. So if we go back to their Facebook, you can see here that they have, okay, $3,000 off sliding installations, $2,000 off, and make it scarcity, right? So I only, have this promotion going on for the next 15 days. Don't lose out. So make sure you're promoting that and really giving your next customer value through social media. Okay, step 6 is going to be get listed on local directories. So what do I mean by this? And I have another Google Doc to explain this a bit better. So you want to look for industry-specific directories and make sure that your NAP, name, address, phone number is consistent on all platforms. So what do I mean by this? So for instance, if you're going to use ST for street, don't use street somewhere else. Or if you're going to use drive, don't use drive, the whole word, somewhere else. So make sure you're staying consistent across all platforms. Your email, your address, your phone number, you want to be consistent. If it's not, please double check all the places that you're listed and make sure it is consistent. And what I mean by local specific directories, I'm going to go through all the directories that you should be listed on. So Yelp and Yellow Pages is actually good for all businesses. I have an example. If you're like a local restaurant or a service provider, Yelp's probably good. But honestly, for any business, get listed on Yelp. It's easy. It's free. You just sign up. Yellow Pages as well. Like a lot of people still search for local plumbers or electricians on Yellow Pages. Some industry-specific directories would be maybe for restaurants. Make sure you get listed on TripAdvisor or OpenTable. So for example, if you're searching for Joe's Pizza in New York, be on both platforms. And then you also want to make sure you're very consistent with your NAP. Again, make sure your name, address, profile, phone number is all consistent across these platforms. For hotels, obviously hotels.com, booking.com are very important, right? Like Hotel Garden Inn, you want to make sure that you're listed on both of these. For healthcare providers, Health Grade, Zoo Doctor, make sure you're getting listed on here. For home services, Home Advisor, Angie's List, make sure you're also on here, listed. Again, make sure you're really thinking about your profile and it is consistent across all platforms. And then everyone should already be on Google Business Profile like we talked about. And also Bing. Bing, I know some people are still using Bing. You'll be surprised. So make sure you get listed on there too. And again, this is your NAP. So let's say you're Joe's Plumbing. This is your address, this is your phone number, and then whatever your email is to or your website, make sure it is all consistent. Write it down somewhere and then just keep copying and pasting to every single directory. And there's way more industry-specific directories, so make sure that you are doing your research or due diligence or speaking to, an SEO specialist who could help you out with this more on getting you listed on all the directories. Awesome. Now the next thing, step 7, is encourage customer reviews. but actually tell your customers to leave you Google reviews. If you set up good rapport, right, or you have a bunch of employees, your employee goes out, make sure there's a system. Your employee is always asking, hey, can you leave a Google review? You can leave some sort of incentive, like give me a discount, right, on your next purchase. I'll give you a discount on your next purchase if you leave a Google review. So use this as an incentive. And I actually have a LinkedIn post where I talked about this a bit more. And it's interesting. So I went to Asia and I lived there for a little bit. And a big lesson that I learned from going to Asia about getting more leads for local businesses is in Asia, they are so persistent about you leaving a Google review, especially in the touristy spots. Like I stayed in Bali, Indonesia for a long time, and I would go out to eat at a restaurant. And on the table before I even sit down, there's a plaque with saying, leave us a Google review. On the menu, it's like, if you liked our food, leave us a Google review with a QR code. Then the waiter will come to me afterwards, be like, if you really liked our service, leave a Google review. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? Why is this so important that I leave a Google review? And you'll look and you'll see that they have a bunch of Google reviews and they are just doing this. It is genius marketing, because think about it. We all want, and it's human nature to want what other people want, right? Or trust, right? It just makes us easier for a decision for us, because we are like, okay, a lot of people love this restaurant. I'm probably going to go to this restaurant then, right? So it's genius marketing. More reviews equals more customers, because people trust people. It is human nature. So do not sleep on leaving a Google review. So for instance, I'll take this plumbing example. If I'm a plumber, I'm Bill Plumbing. It has 31 reviews and 4.7 stars on Google. And then there's Dill Plumbing, and they have 237 reviews with 4.5 stars. Even though Bill Plumbing has, more stars or better reviews, because it has 4.7, where Dill only has 4.5, they still have 237. So that's 200 more reviews. So I'm probably going to go with Dill, just because I feel like people trust them more. So don't be afraid to ask for Google reviews, even if you think that they're not going to leave you a 5-star review. That's okay. And that leads me to step 8, which is offer a referral program. So actually the Maids one did this really well, and they have a referral program. And it's like, refer a friend or a family member, get 15% off and a chance for a free cleaning. So you want to leave some sort of referral program. Software companies do this all the time. There's a reason for this, and that's because it actually does work, right? You refer a friend, you're like, I want this discount code. I know my friend wants cleaning services. Let me just give them, a referral code, and then I get something in return. So it's just, again, reward customers for bringing leads themselves, make the process so simple and so clear, right? So you want to make sure that you are allowing people to do this seamlessly, because they are doing essentially a favor for you. Yes, they get something in return, but they are bringing in new leads for you. So make sure that you are setting up some sort of referral program for your local business. Then next is step 9, use targeted local advertising. I will say that don't worry about this just yet, especially if you're starting out. Start organically on Google, start posting on social medias. Once you have a good enough following and you're ready to scale even more, then set up like PCP ads, Google pay per click ads, or Facebook ads. And then you're already posting on socials. So all you can do is like boost those posts on socials, pay for them to get even more clicks, and just scoop up the rest of your leads. But don't worry about this if you're just starting out. This is later down the line. Just keep this in your vision. Like, I'm also going to do some sort of paid ads as well to get even more customers. So this is essentially how you really scale. Or if you do have the investment, like right away, you have the capital or the money to do this, then go ahead and start doing it right away. So Google ads are great, and so are Facebook ads when you're just starting out as a local business. And then number 10, I'm going to leave you off with probably the most overlooked strategy to get more leads, and it's provide exponential customer service. You want to train staff to exceed expectations every time. You want to follow up with customers after their service, right? and address complaints in quickly and professionally. And the reason to do this is because, yes, word of mouth still tremendously exists. You'll be so surprised by the amount of local businesses who are still getting word of the mouth referrals. Even me, as my SEO agency, other people say how exceptional my services are, and I'll get a word of the mouth saying, oh, I told my friend about you. So make sure you're really providing pristine customer service. And this goes back to encourage customer reviews. Your customers aren't going to want to leave reviews if your services are not great, right? They're going to be like, okay, I really don't want to leave them a 0-star review, so I'm just not going to leave a review at all. So if you're just perceived value, right, the way people perceive your customer service or the way they perceive your service, they're going to think, wow, this is incredible. And guess what? You can even scale more, get more leads, yes, by word of mouth, but also make more money because you can charge more. So, right, so if you're a window installation local business, don't just leave a mess. Clean up afterwards. Wear shoes. Wear your plastic over your shoes. That just provides, again, exceptional customer service.